Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Mitchell. Hey, today I want to talk to you guys about when she wants space or like when she asks for space. If you've ever had a girlfriend that you were talking to, or even potentially a girl that you weren't really dating yet, or wife, say this to you. This will scare the shit out of you. I'll just come out and say that right up front. Because what this usually means when you don't understand like relationship attachment styles, and when I didn't, okay? So when my ex-girlfriend told me all of a sudden that she was like freaking out and just said she needed space, I was like, dude, like you need space away from me. Like I thought it was like, so we're fucking breaking up. And at that point in time, I kind of overreacted because I didn't know any better. I'm like, you're telling me that you wanted space away from me. And so to me, if you understand, humans have a natural fear of abandonment and then fear of I think it's called like smothering, where like you're overbearing on them. So that's what we're going to talk about. If she wants space, it usually stems because you were smothering her. And I'm going to talk to you about this, and tell you like what kind of actions can be considered smothering, or what can lead up to that. All right, because a lot of guys need to understand this. When when you don't know, you don't know. Okay, and I didn't know at this time. So when she told me that she wanted space, I was like freaking out. I was like, okay, what the fuck? I was like, all right, that's fine. I think I gave her like a week of space. I slept in the other bedroom because we lived together. And she ended up telling me, she was like, dude, this feels awesome. She goes, sleeping by myself just feels like incredible. And to me, that was kind of like a big fuck you to my face. And in a way, it can still be seen that way. Like, like I have to sleep in the other room because you need space away from me. Like, dude, that's not okay. And to this day, while I understand that certain people do need space by themselves, I think the way that I receive love and enjoy love is I want more closeness than someone that would rather be by themselves most of the time. And I'm going to touch on that in a second, okay? So, why I freaked out when it came time to this girl telling me that she needed space is because, if you understand, remember that fear of abandonment. So my dad cheated on my mom when I was younger, and everything that you learn about relationships, you learn from the ages of I think it's like from like 0 to 2, 0 to 3, and then of course the older you get and the more stuff you experience, the more that can kind of like dictate the kind of person you are inside of relationships. So this girl in particular, because of her childhood and because of her experiences with relationships, she is somebody that needs more space because she's just been hurt in the past. And I didn't know that. So in my case, because my dad cheated on my mom, I was always fighting to like be around my dad. So I was someone that grew up watching my mom and them fight. Like I was like, I'm losing my dad, so I am wanting to see my dad too, even though looking at him now, he's a total piece of garbage. But that's where that comes from. So when she said that to me, that triggered a fear of abandonment, like you're going to leave me. And this girl was the most loyal girlfriend I've ever had in my life. I would never have to worry about this girl cheating on me, or like she even told me that I was her best friend, that I was the only guy outside of her dad that she was talking to. And I believed it. And I know she wasn't lying. So, if you study attachment styles, I'm going to educate you here. Okay, this is becoming more knowledgeable as time goes on, and I'm glad it is. Okay, this not understanding how people relate or how people operate inside of relationships has literally fucked me over in some good relationships, and then also getting in relationships with girls that I shouldn't have been in. Okay, now with that being said, then, that was what's called the anxious avoidant trap. You may be familiar. I am somebody that likes to be together because a secure and an anxious partner, they know what like healthy love is. This girl was avoidant, so she, again, because of her trauma and her pushing feelings down because that's what she was taught to do, this is someone that doesn't really know how to heal past that trauma. So the only way, the only thing she knows is to push me away to feel safe again. And so what am I going to do? If she's backing away from me, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm going to try to do stuff to fix it, to get closer to her. I started reading books. I started watching videos. I came up to her with ideas like, hey, this is supposed to help us make a better relationship. Can we please do it? This is called the illusion of action. I'm going to touch on this in a second as well. I even got to a point where she used to go out, and I'm not going to talk about that specifically, but it got to a point where I was like, hey, I was like, can you please make time for me on Friday specifically, because it's seeming like it's getting harder and harder to see you, and you never used to act like this. In fact, I saw this girl pull away from me the day I moved in. That was around the 6-month mark when this typically happens. So you get like emotionally bonded with somebody around that 6-month mark. Now it could be less, it could be more, but you'll see when you do form an emotional connection with somebody, you are going to behave just like you would around your parents, okay? So as you can imagine, because this is a girl that needed more independence, like she values, like it's safer for her to be alone than it is to be in a relationship. If you understand, that is a very unhealthy, emotionally unavailable way of thinking in person. That is not healthy. But these types of people were raised to view space as their model of the world and relationships. That's what she knows. So for someone like me and possibly you watching this, we know that that's not healthy. That is not how love is supposed to be. Humans are designed to be together. So even though she would rather be alone because it's safer for her, these types of people still want that closeness. They still do. But they don't know how to say it because they were never taught by their parents. And in the past, the relationships and trauma that they and she has been through is going to shape her model of relationships to feel safer by themselves. So these types of people are very, very, very difficult to be with. I will admit, this girl was the absolute best relationship I've ever been in. Things I did for her, I've never done for anybody else. So I'm not sitting here trying to like demonize her, because I will never do that. Okay, this girl right here is amazing, you know, and true love is hoping she's better off, or hoping she's good with me in the future or without me. At this point, it's been long enough, I could care less. Haven't talked to her, don't know what she's doing. So right there then, if a girl tells you she needs space, and if you know attachment styles, if you see her pulling away, well, don't do what I did. Please, for the love of fucking God, listen to me. If your girlfriend pulls away, do not fucking chase her. I did it, and it ruined the best relationship I was in. Okay? These people, if you chase a girl, you're going to come off as weak, needy, and insecure. And as a man, that's going to ruin any relationship, not just someone with an avoidant attachment style, and they need space more than a normal, healthy person. So if she's trying to pull away because that's all she knows how to do because it's safe for her, and I'm trying to fucking swoop in and spend more time with her, can you imagine the amount of anxiety or stress that's going on in this girl's life, especially someone that doesn't know how to process emotions like I do? Someone that would rather run away from their problems instead of just facing it and getting over it like a normal, healthy person. They don't know how to do that. So if your girl wants space, let her fucking have it. If I get demonetized in this video because of this, good. I'm not even at the point where I can even make money off of YouTube, but if this doesn't get reached because of that, good. For the guys that do see this, please don't chase her. Now, it is because of our testosterone, we want to do things right now. That is what's called the illusion of action. Oh my God, my girlfriend's pulling away. What the fuck can I do to make her want to come back? Women operate based on how they feel. So if she wants space or she's backing away, leave her alone. Don't text her, don't call her, don't talk to her, go do your own things. Wait for this girl to reach out to you first. When she does that, that means she's missing you. She's able to sit with her feelings, and she's like, I miss him. She's going to come back. If she reaches out to you, assume she wants to see you, and then plan a date. That is what I should have done, but I didn't know that at the time. I didn't know that. Okay? This relationship has shaped me into the man that I am today. That's why I'm able to teach you guys this stuff. I want to help you with my life experiences so you don't make the same mistakes, and also teach you guys other things I learn as well. That's just my job as a coach, is to help you guys live better lives. That's why I'm saying if your girl asks for space, you are naturally going to want to fix that, especially if your childhood was as shitty as mine was. As far as like mom and dad, their relationship, okay? Their relationship together was bad because dad cheated on mom, and that's what I saw growing up. So I'm going to have childhood fears of being abandoned, and I don't even know how to fix them. I know it happened, but I don't know what events caused that anxiety, so I can't think about that and process that and feel that. So, like in the past with an ex-girlfriend, I've been cheated on by an ex-girlfriend before. I know who did it. I know where she did it at. And that was years ago, and I've allowed myself to get over that. But because not only did my dad do it to my mom, one of these girlfriends did it to me, getting cheated on is something that's always going to like kind of bother me. Even if I allow, like in that girlfriend's case, I've gotten over that. But a lot of these issues that you're going to have as an insecure person are going to come from your childhood. So this is decades of life that you've been conditioned to see. That's pretty hard to get over a habit. Even if this girl is going to cheat on you like this girl would, or like this girl wouldn't. Sorry, the girl I'm talking about, not the ex. The good ex. So, again, guys, I want to make that very clear. If your girl asks for space, okay, it doesn't necessarily mean that she's breaking up with you. All right? Now, it could mean that, and it might not. Okay? If she just wants space from you, and she doesn't say things like, I want to break, or I need to grow apart, or in my case, God wants us to have time and space to grow apart, okay, that's a sign of a breakup. But in the example where she told me she needed space, she wasn't breaking up with me. She just didn't know how to vocalize that she needed a little bit of time by herself. And so I gave it to her, and after a week I was bitching. I was like, when the fuck can I come back in the other bedroom? I'm sick of sleeping in the guest room. Like, you're my girlfriend. I should be able to sleep in the same bed with you. And then, I made it a big deal, and then soon enough she was like, I'm ready, come back. Right? And so again, right there, that was insecure behavior on my part. And I wasn't aware that I was doing that until after the relationship where I can reflect on it. Now, when you have an emotional bond with somebody, even though you know these things now, your ability to not, replicate those same behaviors in a new relationship is really going to boil down to if you're even aware that you did that in your last relationship or not. And so when I'm sitting here telling you, if she needs space, give it to her. I tell her, hey, no problem. Give me a call when you miss me. And leave her alone. And it might be a couple days. If she's healthy, a couple days, a week. If she's someone like, my avoidant ex, who knows? And in that case, if that is the case, you need to set a very strict boundary. How much time alone do you need? When are you going to check in with me? I'm not going to let you just run off by yourself, and I'm not going to hear from you for I don't know how long. You're either going to tell me how long you need, and I will happily give it to you. Or if you don't, that's fine. That's fine. Go take your time, but I'm going to have to look out for my best interest. Okay? You need to set boundaries. We want to be with somebody that wants to be with you. So even if in my case she asked for space and she wasn't breaking up with me, now again, she still wanted to be with me, but I didn't know that she needed alone time. But again, remember that. We want to be with somebody that wants to be with you. So in a situation like this, if she asks for space and a certain amount of time goes by and she doesn't come back around, then hey, set the boundary. Say, listen, that's not cool, bro. No thank you. I don't want this anymore. Listen, you've had all this time. That's not healthy. I've given you enough space. You clearly aren't invested in this relationship like I am, and that's fine. I need to go out and do what's in my best interest and find somebody that wants to be with me. I want to fuck yes. I don't want to be with someone that says fuck no. All right? So that's going to be a video, guys, on when she wants space. Hopefully you can understand that this doesn't mean she's breaking up with you, but you're smothering her. Oh, I forgot to talk about like different behaviors. So if you're constantly texting her, if you guys talk on the phone for like an hour at a time, like every other day, every couple of days, you're basically being her girlfriend. So with this girl in particular, I would like send her pictures of the cats that we had. So like 5 pictures some days, and that's a little overbearing, okay? And I even did more than that. There were times where I even told her, I was like, I feel like I'm just talking to myself at this point, and that's okay. And dude, that I have never done that to a girl before, but this was the first one. And when I look back, I'm disgusted at that behavior, absolutely disgusted. But I, like many other men, fell into that trap of making her kind of like the center of the world. Like, oh, I can't wait to hear from her. I can't wait. Basically, with this girlfriend, and even to this day, but now I look back at that, I wasn't good at being by myself back then. So this girl was the only person that I really had in my life. I mean, I'm a 29-year-old guy in a wheelchair. That doesn't, now just because I'm in a wheelchair, doesn't make hanging out with people hard. I go and do shit by myself all the time now. But at the time, you know, that girl was just like I was her best friend. She was my best friend, and that's really that's really the only person I hung out with. And so I wrapped my life around her when I should have focused more on being a man, and that was on my mission, on my purpose, on my goal, building a business, going to the gym, doing what I want to do when I want to do it, and then just inviting her along. So if you guys read the book, it's by David, The Superior Way of the Man, I think that's what it's called. Please read that book. That will teach you how to be a man. And as I told you, I didn't have a dad growing up. I've had to teach myself how to be a man. So in this relationship, can you not see I was clearly more in my feminine than masculine? That's going to turn any woman off. You can't have a feminine woman with a feminine guy in the same relationship. Even if for the most part I was a leader, and like I wasn't obviously like a complete girl. But I am admitting that I did do things that girls would do. Wanting to see her all the time, wanting to talk to her all the time, wanting to just be around her, you know? The woman needs to come to you. Let the women come to you, guys. Okay? If you let the women come to you, they can't be getting rid of you. If she's chasing you, she's choosing you, she wants to be with you, she's not going to leave you. Look at this case. I was chasing her, she was chasing me, and then I kept chasing her. She got confused, she backed away. So what did I do? Instead of letting her come back to me, I started chasing. And now we're not together. Do you want that to happen to you? Probably fucking not. So when I sit here and say, no matter how bad it's going to hurt, because it will, when your girl, your significant other pulls away, listen to this story I just told you. Don't make the same mistake that I just made. Don't fucking chase her. Let her come back to you. I had to learn this the hard way. And I want to teach you guys not to do this. So that's going to be the video officially. Hey, if you're a guy, speaking of dating and relationships, that wants to get better at dating, meeting new girls, or relationships, my new book is finally available. You're going to see a link in the description down below. Click that link, and on the next page, you're going to see a video that's going to explain how my book's going to help you and why this book works so well. Okay? And then if you want to work with me in one-on-one coaching, if you want to really fast track your life, my coaching is also available. Click the link down below. Same thing. You're going to see a video that's going to explain how my coaching will help you, what kind of problems it's going to help you solve, and then why my coaching working with me works so well. With that being said, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and then I'll see you guys in the next one.